Our self-image is like an invisible operating system that runs our life. It determines our success more than our abilities would sometimes. And studies have shown that 60% of our success actually depends on our self-esteem and self-image, and not on your skills, abilities, and even your work ethic. So your self-image is how you see yourself, and your self-esteem is how much you like yourself. Now, this just isn't just about how you feel about yourself, but it also rewires your brain to enhance its working abilities. And the shocking part is, studies have shown that about 60% of people who have a better self-esteem are more likely to come back from or to bounce back from challenges and negative experiences or setbacks much better than people with a more negative or low self-esteem and self-image. So, that being said, is your self-image and your self-esteem something that is set in stone? Well, no. It's something that is wired into yourself when you're young, but it's not set in stone, and you can change it. But it takes a lot of effort and it takes time. So I'm going to be sharing in this video 3 ways that you can change your self-esteem and your self-image. Now, that being said, I do think it's very important for you to stick until the last one, because in my opinion, that is the most important. Now, moving on, the first is affirmations. Now, affirmations is simply just telling yourself stuff that you made up about yourself. So basically, just go in front of a mirror and tell yourself that you like yourself. Just say, I like myself. And sometimes it might be hard to believe, and it might not be true sometimes, but it doesn't matter. Just go and tell yourself that I like myself, I love myself, I'm good at this. And another thing you can do is think of your limiting beliefs. Think of what holds you back. So, for example, you might think that, oh, I'm not a health conscious person, I'm not a study person, I'm not good at public speaking. And those beliefs that you have, write them down and then write the opposite beliefs. And once you have the opposite list, that would be a good list, right? So I'm good at public speaking, I'm a good student, and I'm a health conscious person, I like the way I work. And you take the positive list, and either when you wake up in the morning, when you go to bed, just before you fall asleep, or just to a mirror, recite the good list and tell yourself that you're good enough, tell yourself that you love yourself and you like yourself. So this is basically affirmations. Now, the second is visualization. So visualization can be done in 2 ways. I've explained how you can do visualization and making vision boards in one of my previous videos, which I'll link up above. And basically this can be done in a more physical way, like creating a vision board, which is just a board with your goals and whatever you want to achieve, pasted in pictures or written down in words on the board. And another thing you can do is to visualize in your mind. So you can do this either early in the morning or before you go to bed. You could just think of your end results or your goals and visualize it inside your mind as if it's happening right now. And then think of yourself in that situation and sort of feel how good you would feel inside. Feel the feeling of achieving that and feel good about yourself. So this method of visualization and self-affirmations combined would help you to recreate your self-image and also give you positive feedback and also give you a boost of good feeling inside to help uplift your self-esteem. Now, your brain is always looking for evidence. It loves to look for evidence to sort of concrete and cement the stories that you tell about yourself. Which means the third and the most important is to provide positive evidence to your brain. So you provide positive evidence, meaning you act in ways that give little clues and evidence for your brain to believe what you're saying in your affirmations and your visualization. So how do you do this? A better example, I think, is if you had belief that you are bad in public speaking and you're afraid. The thing is, if you tell yourself that, what happens is you're going to provide yourself evidence. So you say that you're bad at public speaking, so you're going to avoid it. And even if you can't avoid it, if somebody forces you to speak in public, you're going to do it, but you're going to feel really anxious. And even if you overcome your anxiety, you're going to do a pretty bad job at speaking publicly, and thus it gives more negative evidence for your belief. So in order to change this, what you could do is first write yourself a script or whatever to talk about and recite it in front of a mirror. You're just talking to yourself. Next, you can try with a friend. Next, you can upgrade to a few friends and gradually expand your audience. So this way you're providing positive evidence to your brain to show that, hey, I'm good at this, I can do this. And the next thing is, when you provide this sort of positive evidence, you do feel good about yourself, right? Because you feel a sense of accomplishment. You'd be like, oh, I did this today. Even the smallest change that you make would make you feel good and positive about yourself. And this in return feeds your self-esteem. Now, it's very important to practice this throughout a long period of time, because beliefs are hard to change and new habits are hard to put into your life. Now, if you've watched until now, that's the end of the video. And I hope you found this video very useful. And if you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe and watch more of my content.